Coming up, psychologist Joti shares how to create harmony in the work-life balance. Find out why hitting the pause button could be for you. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, everybody. Psychologist Joti with us. Hello. You've got strategies.
Hello, and happy 2022, Marilyn.
I love this. Good to see you, Joti. And we're going to talk about strategies to achieve work-life. Here's the difference, not balance. Joti says harmony. I like that. That's great, because it's not like this overwhelming thing that we've heard for a long time. Is there ever balance? It's always an imbalance, but it's always a game that we play. So you instead of saying balance, we need to think of work-life harmony. The pandemic has put an extra spin on that. So take it away, Joti.
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness. I mean, so many of us can relate, can't we, Marilyn, to the fact that all of the aspects of our lives collided with the pandemic. Yeah. Work became home, became where we sleep and socialize and have birthday parties and do everything, right, in our home environment. And we've had this colliding, which for a significant proportion of the population has led to this burnout. And we're seeing those impacts of that burnout even stronger as we're moving into 2022, year 2 here. And so when we think about harmony, think about the parts of an orchestra that play together in harmony, right? And that's the idea, is that we're looking for a way that we can do what we need to do to get that paycheck for our job, because at the end of the day, we need to remit a service to get paid and achieve all the things we have to at home, whether it's homeschooling and getting our laundry done and try to get our workouts in. And so we need to abandon the old notions of this kind of like start at 9 and end at 5 and then off I go to my personal life, because the reality is almost none of us can do that way these days.
So we're going to take a look at the points you want us to consider to achieve work-life harmony. That's the big word. Number 1, work interferes with your personal/home life. Okay. Number 2, my personal home life interferes with work. Number 3, I need more dedicated work time. Number 4, I need more uninterrupted personal time. So take us through these routines. What do we need to know from that list?
Yeah, what we need to think is, there's not a one-size-fits-all, right? So we need to understand, what is the pain point that we're experiencing? Is it that the home is interfering? Is our work interfering? What is it that we are unable to achieve at the level we want? For some of us, it's the focus and uninterrupted time on our work. For some, it's the other. For many of it's a combination of both. And a real good question to ask ourselves is, if I could wave that magic wand, what do I need in my life right now, right? And self-reflect on that. And I'll use one that's very relevant to me, but for many of us as we're moving into January, is time to work out and have an exercise and be unplugged from devices, right? That is so impossible these days for so many of us. And so identify what it is that you are individually struggling with and use that to guide setting up some structure and routine and habits that can foster that.
And with you, when you live with other people, I'm going to say this, you have to let them know about these routines, right? Hey, hi, family. Good morning. Today, I am going to be doing this and this, because I agree with you so much. You get unhappy, you get into this funk, and you go, well, so what do you want? What do you want? Well, I'd like to work out some more. But you let other things interfere with that, because we let that, and we don't put up boundaries for the rest of the home to say, this is what I need from all of you, so let me do this. Am I correct on that?
You're absolutely right. And the reality is, it's hard. If you have especially little ones, the younger they are at home, and we have our new coworkers, our kids and our pets and our partners, and while we may love them, they are sometimes an impediment to us being able to get that uninterrupted focus. And it's leading to this kind of frenetic stress where we're on all of the time. And while we can't control everybody in our environment, we can set up some structures. And here's one of the things, many of us that have been able to work from home, our little devices follow us everywhere. And I know early days is my laptop would then be in the kitchen, and then it's in the living room, and then it's in bed. And one starting point is get a dedicated workspace, right? So that when you're in your workspace, you're associating that. And we know that we have something called classical conditioning, and our body and our brain will start to associate the work space, even if it's just a little pocket in your condo, as where we go on for work. Then leave that computer there. flip the lid down, walk out of the room. And my favorite now, I take my silly little device, and when I am enjoying leisure time in my living space, my phone goes into the microwave. We don't use our microwave.
Oh, I was going to say,
I'm not tempted to get at it. No, not turning it on. It's to turn it away. It's to get it out of sight, out of mind, and not be distracted by the notifications.
Right.
And in the bedroom, it goes in my drawer. It goes in a night table drawer. And the thing is, what we need to realize, we finish work and then we think, oh, I'm relaxing and I'm going to scroll on social media and give myself a break. But what we forget is we're still on. And that amplifies the burnout that we're experiencing. And we feel like we're never disconnected. So we need to disconnect.
You got to disconnect.
It's one of the most important things.
Yeah, wow, that microwave, mine's used a lot, so that's not a good suggestion for my home. But I love it.
Okay,
no, but I love it.
I love it. That microwave if you don't turn it on.
I love it. I do. I know. It's like boundaries for yourself. Or this is where this happens. This is where this happens, and you've got to start kind of designated. You do that at work. That's my office. That's where I work in the studio. You got to kind of designate all that sort of stuff. So the pause button. We only have 2 minutes. But don't worry about hitting the pause button. You want to expand on that? I like this one.
Yeah, our devices, right? They run out of steam and we run out of steam just the same way. And so pausing doesn't mean, I'm going to sit and be a slug in front of the TV, or I'm going to get this errand done, or, clean up. We need to do nothing some of the time. And so that means doing things like just having a bath and no music, no books, making a cup of tea and staring aimlessly out the window, or putting on your walking shoes and just walking without any plan in mind. And that just really gets us in a present state. It quiets the noise and the volume down in our head, and it allows us to just kind of exhale, right? And be able to charge up again. Yeah. And then we can go back to what it is that we're doing. But we are doing, and we need to be, right? We're human beings. We need to be a little bit more than we're doing.
And good sleep is really necessary. A nap when you need it. But one last thing is, you like the routine of going to bed at the same time if possible and getting up at the same time. That helps a lot with critical sleep.
Well, getting up is important. We cannot force ourselves to fall asleep at a certain time. So the rule here, Marilyn, is simple. You get into bed when you're tired. The problem is, if you get into bed too early and your body's not wound down and sleepy yet, you get a state of wakefulness that gets associated with your bed. And then we're lying up and thinking all night. So you want to get into bed when you're tired, but you want to keep a rigid, fixed wake-up time, even on non-work days, to get our circadian rhythm set.
Got it. I got it.
And turn off those silly devices. No TVs, no scrolling, no nothing in bed.
No nothing. I like the fact, too, when you go take a walk and everything like that, don't put your AirPods in or anything. Nothing. Listen to the snowplows in Toronto as they come down the street. Okay, that's what's happening in our lives right now. Joti, thank you so much. Happy New Year. Thank you for all the great advice always.
Thank you, as always. Wishing you the best.
Okay, Joti Samra talking about work-life harmony. I love it. We have to take a break. We'll be right back.
Up next, wondering how to incorporate self-care into your home's decor? Get the expert secrets to creating a space designed to feel right. Don't miss it.